First off, I love you. I'm so happy that we were able to do PT together. So this is gonna be your exercise routine that you need to do daily. We're gonna do some strength stuff first, and then we're gonna stretch. So I'm gonna walk you through each one, and I want you to pause it and do it, and then continue the video. So we're gonna start with stretching. And again, these are just daily exercises and stretches that you can do to help with sitting all day, to help with your core strength, to help with your glute strength, and to just help balance you out overall. Okay, so first we're gonna start on our back. This is strength, the strength section. So you're gonna do 25 core contractions on your back, just like we would do in PT. And you can see me. So your feet are gonna be flat on the ground, feet are hip width distance apart. And just like you would do, you can see my back is off of the ground. Your hands can be on your chest or they can be down by your side. You're gonna push your low back down, hold for 3 seconds, and then relax. So you're just engaging your transverse abdominis, holding it, not holding the breath, and then relaxing. Okay, so push it down, hold, and then relax. If you want to take this further, you can lower one leg as you hold as well, but just focus on 25 of these. So you'll hold them for 3 seconds each, 25. Okay, so pause and do those. Okay, after you've paused and done those, I want you to focus on your neck. So you're already on your back. I kind of did these warrior on your back, then you're on your hands and knees, then you're standing. So you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna hold this though, and you're gonna double chin and just push your neck down and then up. So down and hold for 3 seconds and then up. So it's essentially like you're trying to push the back of your neck down into the ground. So you can do your low back and your neck at the same time. It's just gonna help to find a nice long straight spine. So you're gonna do 25 of those first, and then you'll do at least 20 on your neck. Okay. Last one on your back. So you'll hold it here, and then I do want you to take one leg up, keep your low back pressed down, and bring the leg up. You'll do 25 on each side. If this is too easy, you can take both legs up and alternate here as well and do 25 total. So whichever one floats your boat, go ahead and do this. Okay, after that, you come onto your hands and your knees, tabletop position. Shoulders are right over the wrists, hips are right over the knees. You're gonna draw the belly up and in, just like you would be in like a plank pose or like you'd be on your back. You're gonna extend the right leg back and the left arm forward. Keep your inner arm and your ear connected here. And then this hip isn't hiking up really high, but you're gonna keep the hips level. You're gonna hold, and then you're gonna contract your knee to your elbow. Extend straight out. You're gonna do 10 on each side, okay? After you've done 10 on each side, because you wanted a little bit more glutes, you're also going to take both hands down, stay in this hands and knees position, and then contract up, just using that glute, and you're gonna do 20 of these. So go ahead and pause and do those on your video. After you've done those, staying on your hands and knees, just like we would do on the wall, you're gonna keep everything straight here, keep your elbows straight as well, and you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together and come back up. So the only thing moving is your shoulder blades. You're gonna do 20 of these, okay? And just moving that scapula. If this is too easy, do them on your hands and your knees, where you're going up and down. Okay, so 20 of those. Then, last thing on our hands and our knees, you're gonna lift or bring the knees back a little bit and lower the hips down, 20 push-ups. If you need to do 10 2 times, that's okay. but you're going to take the hands out a little bit wider, lower the chest as close as you can to the ground, and then come back up, but try to keep that core engaged, just like you would if you were on your back. Okay. So 20 of these. So pause and do those. Now we're done with our hands and our knees. We're gonna come all the way up to standing. Core is engaged, belly's drawn in. I used to say in yoga to find an ugly butt, but I don't say that anymore because I don't think any butts are ugly. But you're gonna tuck the booty under. You're not sticking it out, but tuck the booty under, core is engaged. Feet are a little bit wider than hip width distance apart, and your pelvic floor is engaged, okay? So everything here is nice and solid. You're gonna lower down and stand back up. When you stand back up, squeeze your glutes. You're gonna do 25 of those squats. Okay. After that, I don't have any weights. We're gonna pretend. So let's say you have one of these each in your hand. I feel bad for whoever opens these after. Okay, so core is engaged here. I want at least 5 pounds, that would be great. So if you had 2 5-pound weights, you're gonna squeeze your shoulders back, raise them up, and then down. But see how my elbows aren't going forward? They're drawn back, core is engaged. I'm not just like kind of hunching here, but core is engaged, press up and down. You can do 25 of these, okay? So pause and do this. If you still have a band, yes?
Yeah.
25 of those rows where either Evan holds it, or I don't know if Lennon could hold the weight, or you'll tie it onto something. Stand up nice and tall, and the shoulders are down. So you're not hunched up like this, but the shoulders are down. Elbows are gonna stay as close as they can to the side, and you're gonna pull straight back, squeeze your shoulders, and then go forward. So 25 of those. So it's just helping to open up the posture here. So pause and do those. Okay. Next, moving back to the lower body. 25 each side. If you have ankle weights, you can do that. I like to keep the hand here. Again, core is always engaged, but you're not leaning when you do it, but you're keeping a nice straight spine and just bringing the leg out to strengthen the outside of the hip. So 25 on each side. Go ahead and pause and do that. Then after you've done 25 on each side, you're gonna move to your glutes. So you're standing up nice and tall. Again, core is engaged. Taking back, but not leaning forward. Staying up tall, 25 on each side, straight back. And you're really squeezing through this muscle group. Okay. Last thing I had in standing is jumping jacks. Because I want you to keep your heart rate up and I want you to have some form of cardio, you're just gonna start with like 30 jumping jacks. So this will just be to kind of end it, but I don't want you to lose the core engagement. So just basic jumping jacks, so you're just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go all the way to 30. But try to keep the core engaged when you do it. And that's all of your strengthening exercises. So after you've done your strengthening, we then want to lengthen the muscles. These are pretty easy. You can do this in sitting, you can do this in standing, but I just want you to take 20 shoulder rolls back and down, just like we do as we start or end anything. Really big shoulder rolls back. See how my arms are down by the side, elbows are in by the side, and this just helps to mobilize your shoulders and to relieve some of the tension that you hold from your daily forward posture. Okay, so 20 of these. You can pause if you need to. After that, you're going to do your pec stretches at the wall. So hand is at the wall, fingertips are facing away from you, elbows bent just a little bit, and then the feet turn away from the hand, and you're just going to stretch. 1 minute on each side. So, after you've done those, you're going to do your neck stretches. So again, you can be seated for this, but this hand is going to drop down as far as it can. This hand's going to go to the side of your head. You're going to draw your ear towards your shoulder. You can also take your hand behind your back. If you're in standing, try not to arch in that back like this, but draw that belly in, tuck your booty under. You're going to do 1 minute on each side. So you can pause and stretch here. Moving to either side. Okay. After that, you're going to do it's called a levator stretch, but you're going to take your chin to your armpit. So chin goes down towards the armpit, and then the head will go down and go apply some overpressure, and you'll just feel a different stretch than when you just take your ear to your shoulder. Your chin goes down, and you're going to do 1 minute on each side. So you can pause this video and do that. Okay, moving into the lower body. Hip flexors, your favorite. 1 foot forward. The knee doesn't go past the ankle. If my pants were this. So core is engaged, we're not arching in the back. Pelvic floor is engaged. Hips are going to shift forward. Hands can be on the knee. Okay? 1 minute on each side. And I'm not leaning forward here like this, but I'm keeping the spine up nice and tall. Okay? So 1 minute here on each side. You can pause the video and do that. Okay. After you've done your hip flexor stretches, you're going to do your pigeon stretch on each side. So ankle crosses over the knee, ankle stays flexed. One arm is going to go through the little hole that you made. One is going to go on the outside of the leg, grab onto the top of the shin, and this ankle again stays at 40 or 90 degrees. You're going to draw your knee in towards the chest. 1 minute on each side. Okay. While you're on your back, this goes a little bit into strengthening, but it also stretches your hip flexors. You're going to take your feet hip width distance apart. You're going to reach for your heels. You're going to lift your hips up, squeeze your glutes, and lower back down. But see how my back is pressed down just like it was at the very first of our strengthening. You're going to lift up and lower. And I want you to do 20 of those. So pause and do this. Okay, second to last thing. Will you toss me that phone lower?
Yeah.
Should have given you that London shoe for you. So last thing, second to last thing, this is gonna go right between your shoulder blades. You can use your head or your hands to hold your head. I just want you to open up through the chest. You can bend the knees and kind of roll it up towards your neck and back down. And just do this for about a minute. I know you can see my belly, but you can reach your arms overhead too, and you can straighten out your legs. So you'll just find a really good heart and chest opener here. So again, about 90 seconds or a minute to do that. Actual last thing. Come all the way up to stand. Okay, you're gonna reach the arms up, grab onto your left wrist with your right hand, and again, the belly's drawn in, and you're just gonna side bend all the way over to the right. So again, you're stretching through to open up through the left side body, between the ribs, 1 minute. And then same thing the other direction. 1 minute on each side.